Got a scrap of wood of the same type as the frame is made of. Pass over the jointer with a very fine cut. Here my goal is to get the piece of wood down to the same thickness as the slots we've just cut. As that's rather thin, 5/32 inches, I don't want to just pass the piece of wood through because as it goes over the rollers it's going to bend and get uneven. So I've got a board here, it's medium density fiber board. It's got a stop here and I can set my piece of wood on and run it over. Now I can see that's still way too thick, so I don't even need to try it on the frame. Continue taking more off until I get down there. If this was much thicker than this, I might run it over the table saw with a rip blade in order to remove a lot in a hurry. Fairly close, so I'm going to take finer cuts, just a slight amount, blocking up here so that I don't get the cutter head bouncing. Okay, that's a little loose. I'll flip around the other side. And that's snug. Similar. Okay, it slides in easy, but no wobble. These are fine joints, so I don't want to have to, hammer the piece of wood in, anything like that. I just want to push it in with finger grip, and then I'm marking. I've got the guides lowered down so there's not a lot of space between the wood and the guides. One reason is for safety, harder to get your fingers in there and get cut. The other reason is to keep the blade stable. Here's my piece, cut out, fits good. There's a lot of wood glues on the market, of course. Fine Woodworking magazine did a systematic comparison of all the wood glues and found this was one of the best overall all around. So I've pretty well standardized on that for all my work, and that's one less decision I have to make. Want to get glue on all the wood surfaces inside here as well as in there, so best use of a credit card. And then we can just come in. I'm trying to put on no more glue than necessary, and I'll know when I've got that because I get a small amount of squeeze out when the spline is inserted. And so then I can kind of fine tune as I go. If I get too much squeeze out, put a little less each time. So I want to cover all the surfaces, and then we'll just push in. And make sure it registers on both corners because we don't want a gap there. Clean up of the excess glue, and there is some, so that's nice. I know I got a full joint. The reason for cleaning this up now is that when it's dry, we'll be planing the splines down flush with the frame, and the less glue we have to plane, the easier going it is, and the plane won't need as sharpening as often. And now before the glue that's squeezed out inside dries up, we'll get that cleaned up. Much harder to do once the glue has dried.